Most trailers by their very nature have a dynamic load, meaning the load being carried can be positioned in different locations each time. The effect the load can have on trailer dynamics and stability needs to be understood. The first rule of stability is that your tow vehicle should always be heavier than the trailer you are towing, but not exceed the gross combination mass permitted. In this example, the tow vehicle is lighter than the caravan, and therefore the caravan is pushing, not towing, meaning the trailer is controlling the lead vehicle. This trailer is wobbling from side to side, probably due to the aerodynamics of the wind hitting the A-frame advertising sign. This trailer would become very unstable when passing or being passed by a large truck. The next consideration for trailer stability is to not have too much downwards or upwards pressure on the tow ball. Too much downwards pressure on the tow ball will compress the tow vehicle's rear suspension and lift the front wheels. This creates trailer sway, tyre blowouts from overloading, reduced steering control, reduced braking capability, and point your headlights up from the road surface. If other drivers start flashing their high beam at you when towing at night and your high beam is not on, this is an indication your setup is not level and your normal headlights are being lifted off the road into other drivers' faces who mistake this for high beam and are getting annoyed. This can also happen if your tow vehicle's suspension is worn out and the rear sags under the weight of even a light trailer. In this example, the tow vehicle is lighter than the vehicle on the trailer. The trailer is not rated for such a heavy load. The trailer floor is starting to separate. The jockey wheel is still down. There is inadequate load restraint or tie downs for the vehicle on the trailer. And if all this is so wrong, it is likely the trailer tyres have inadequate pressure and load rating. This trip ended very badly when the tow bar broke off the vehicle and the trailer headed off the road. Too much upwards pressure on the tow ball will unweight and lift the tow vehicle's rear suspension and force the front wheels down. Positioning heavy loads too far to the rear of the trailer creates this upwards pressure, which creates trailer sway that can lead to jackknifing. As an experiment, we positioned a very heavy load too far to the rear of this box trailer, and this created trailer sway. But also to show the lateral forces acting on the trailer's tyres, we fitted low-grip plastic tyres to the trailer. The trailer sway created by the load and the lack of tyre grip resulted in some pretty amazing trailer drifting. Ideally, there needs to be a small downwards pressure on the tow ball. For single and dual axle trailers, the trailer should only transfer 9 to 11% of the trailer weight to the tow vehicle. The idea of having some downwards pressure is to prevent the trailer floating at a neutral pressure at high speeds. As these photos show, loads in the tow vehicle and loads on the trailer should be positioned slightly ahead of the axles to keep the tow vehicle level and to create a small amount of downwards pressure on the tow ball. When the trailer is dual axle with leaf suspension, the equalizing block between the suspension is a good indication of correct load position. When the bar is close to the horizontal, the load is well positioned. When the bar is excessively tilted down or up, the load on the trailer is badly positioned. You can see this equalizing block move as we load a vehicle onto our car trailer. Since we do a lot of vehicle towing, we mark our car trailer with the best position for each size vehicle we transport to ensure a small amount of downwards pressure on the tow ball. In this image, you can see the difference between having the load too far forward at the top and too far to the rear in the bottom image. The photo in the middle shows the load is positioned just right. A couple of overlooked aspects to trailer towing is that trailers can come in different drawbar heights, plus the tow vehicle could be at a different height up off the road, four-wheel drive or sedan for example. So the tow ball tongue, the ball can actually be reversed around so the ball can sit here or here, and that changes the towing height depending on the trailer that you're towing. That can also change load capacity, so the owner's manual or a sticker on the tow ball tongue might refer to that. Also, when you're not towing anything, there's an anti-rattle bolt underneath the tow ball tongue, and that needs to be tightened up to prevent noisy shaking while you're driving. But when you're towing, the owner's manual does advise that this anti-rattle bolt has been removed and stored safely. So another way of ensuring a level trailer is to set up the tow ball height appropriately for the trailer. Some tow balls can be flipped over in the tongue and have the tow ball reattached. Obviously, the tow ball needs to be correctly retightened. A sticker will show whether the tow ball can be flipped over or not and the revised rating for each position. This sticker shows that only one configuration of the tow ball is permitted, so the way the tow ball is facing is totally wrong and dangerous. Once loaded, you need to consider the forces on your cargo from braking, accelerating, cornering, hitting bumps, and what will happen when a crash occurs. You can see in this experiment how the load inside your trailer or caravan moves around if it's not secured. Many drivers tie cargo down laterally, that is, left to right, but forget about the front to rear forces that also apply, so lateral and longitudinal restraint is important. Load in open trailers needs to be secured with appropriate cargo nets and ratchet straps. Elastic rubber straps are not permitted.